Have you heard this phrase self-talk? And have you ever tried it before going into a meeting, any kind of meeting, personal or professional? It doesn't matter. Self-talk is a very underrated and underutilized tool. And today I want to share few things that I always do. And in fact, now it's a part of my life on a day-to-day basis. Your self-talk determines almost everything in your life that is happening around you. And even more so in your sales when you are going to do a presentation to your client. If you are not convinced with what you are presenting, it will reflect in your presentation. So here are my three things that I encourage you to always incorporate. And before you go into your meeting, really get yourself into that state of being absolutely 200% confidence. Because if you're not, that meeting, no matter how hard you work to get that appointment, it will fall through. Either the customer will not show up, they will reschedule, they will if they will come up, they will be distracted, or something or the other will fall through. I have experienced it so many times. If I'm not together in my mind and in my body and in my thoughts, things kind of start falling apart. So, one thing that would be really good is just be yourself. Be as genuine as you can be. Be as thorough with yourself when you are going to present or meet your client. Be 100% focused and be in that zone. Know that what you're going to be talking about. Be absolutely prepared. Be as crisp in your presentation as you can be. However, you can have all the planning, but one distraction and one change in body language could fall apart. Focus a lot on your body language and the customer's body language because they are reflecting you. If you cross crisscross yourself and they're doing like that, they're not interested in what you're saying. So sit with open arms, be forward looking, look into their eyes, and just pay attention. Be a part of their story. Always be a part of their story. The more you are a part in that story, the easier it will be for you to walk that path with them and show that it is a collaborative effort and it's not about pushing a product or a service. I have shared this before and I'm going to re-emphasize, try to sit on your customer side. However, it may not be possible because if you're having virtual meetings, there's we have our own limitation. Practice and try looking into the camera, into that green dot. When I make videos, I practice to look in that green dot, which will show that you are consistent with your eye contact. Keep looking because that's where it is, and sit at a level where it is comfortable for you to show your body. Don't let this part be shown or just adjust yourself. The more together you are in the frame, the more professional you come across, and you gain that trust and credibility, which is the key to closing your sales. It's a lot harder to do it virtually because you don't have a human connection. But trust me, we still exchange our energy, our vibrations when we are talking to people virtually as well. If you notice in most of my videos, I make an effort to show my teeth. Yes, it is a consistent effort because I don't want to, okay, yes, yeah, da, da, da. No, show your teeth because that expresses your excitement and enthusiasm that you are excited to meet them. You don't have to always be in person, but you can do a lot of things virtually to showcase that you are genuinely happy and excited to meet them and you're really interested. Do not be distracted by by all the phone and other pings and dings, because that will just ruin it. It's like you're not interested in me. So be genuine, be authentic as possible. If you don't have an answer to a question, please do not dodge it. Do not dodge it. Say that, interesting, I did not look into that. Or why don't I do this? Let me get back to you. Is that okay if I get back to you in the next 48 to 72 hours? If you want to say that, and if you can get it, always undercommit and over deliver. And if you cannot, just say, I'm going to get back to you. Let me do some research. That way, it's kind of like an open thing. But usually, you want to get back to them within 2 to 3 days. 72 hours is the rule of thumb for everything. So do that and be consistent. Be consistent with what you commit, because if you're not consistent, you'll start losing your credibility, your trust, your market value, respect in the community, and respect in your internal and external partners, right? Just show up. And most of the time, if you haven't even figured out what it is, or you haven't been able to get to it, just say a small note, I'm still working on it. That's it. Just acknowledge. Just simple acknowledgement goes a long way. One thing that I have been doing from the last about 10 years or so is that I've stopped writing to-do list. I don't write to-do list. I always write list of completion. When you write a list of completion, the chances of your getting that task done is a lot higher, and you'll do a lot more. So here's another thing. So I'm sharing these little things to really help you move forward, keep progressing, every time you are in with whatever you're doing. But be try to be as consistent as possible, because that is the biggest struggle that I see a lot of advisors and a lot of salespeople fall through, and make very, very detailed notes. I encourage you enough. I know it's a bit of a drag when you're in the middle of a meeting and you're back to back. I've been there, I've done that, but I always write three things about when I write my notes. When I write my notes in the CRM system, talk about what was the meeting about, what did you discuss, and what are the next steps. Absolutely. And when are you going to get back? Is the customer supposed to get back to you, or you have to get back to them? And update everything. Another few things that I'd always write: what was the mood that they spoke with? They were talking to you, what was their frame of mind? What were the other external factors that you noticed if there was a change? Even if there was a change in the hairstyle, I have noticed that, because they're doing something out of the norm. If there's a change in hairstyle, change in the partner, anything, it will show, because there's some life change. The more you know and you document and you rephrase and bring it up in the conversation, it just shows how attentive you are. And the more attentive you are, the closer you are and more relatable you are. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you. Bye.